Cross-examine episode 113.
I'm Justus. That's Matt.
We're talking about the B list.
Yeah. And
you know why it's the B list?
Best?
No, because it's the bravest.
Okay.
Not all shows wear capes, Justice.
Okay.
Speaking of shows that don't wear capes, hey, we're talking about Chainsaw Man.
Do It Yourself.
No.
Eminence and Shadow and Akiba Maid War.
I guess no one does wear. Oh, no. Shadow wears a cape. Never mind.
Yeah.
People wear capes this week, so.
Only one. Only one.
I guess a lot of the other people on that show were not wearing quite a lot. Hey, speaking of Chainsaw Man, the fight finally ends this week, and all I gotta say is when that's all she does. She just like rubs her hands together.
I mean, it's fine. She only murders 60 people.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's weird. She's like, I need like 30 prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
But then like they only show like 8. I'm like, I guess you don't need all 30 there because it's just more animation. But it's like, would have been cool to see like
There were still like 15.
She's just like staring them down. And it's like, say this name. And it's like, okay, I'll say this name. And it's like literally the dude. It was like the biggest buildup of like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. What? Crush. And just the look on that girl's face of, oh, it's got to be her. With such a, and I quote, bullshit power.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you jump out of nowhere and start murdering a bunch of people, yeah, maybe you should shut up.
Well, when they got shot on the train, because I haven't read ahead purposely, I really want to read ahead, but it's going to spoil. Well, like, literally, she gets blasted on the train. I'm like, how is she dead? She's super important. What are they going to do? Then it's like, she just gets up out of nowhere. Doesn't even get up. She just appears, and they're like, and start shooting her. Gets off the train. Luckily, I wasn't shot, but there's a mess. You're going to want to clean up. They got holes like this big in them. So she must have multiple contracts.
Yeah.
Or maybe she is a devil herself based on the eyes.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was like, look, she's definitely gotten shot. But it doesn't matter.
So they're going to change the song instead of shot through the heart, shot through the head?
No.
Definitely got shot in the head. Just, yeah. But to summarize, Division 1 through 4 all were attacked. And there's only enough people left at the end of this whole attack. We'll circle back around. That there's only enough for one division.
Yes.
Someone retires. Crazy girl that stabbed Denji.
Yeah.
Literally just goes ape. Like, that one dude gets killed. I'm like, oh, it was kind of cool. He gets shot through the neck. Turns to save her, gets shot in the head. Old lady with a gat with her. A pistol. She turns around. Full on like ninja mode, dodge bullet, kills grandma. Then like the next scene,
the gun, takes the gun, pushes it up to her neck, and pops
it. Yeah, just puts it right here and boom. It's like, damn, where was this badassery before?
I mean, you see a little bit of it. It was just in sheer existential panic.
Well, she shows up to save Denji after the fight because obviously, it's just gone. Aki only has 2 years left on his life now, apparently, which is like, oh, damn, he's used this quite a bit, which is why she didn't want him using that. And then Power just ran away. Was the whole thing of this. Like, you ran away. I didn't run away. I had to do something. Like,
yeah, I wanted to go home.
And, of course, Denji was just basically dead most of that fight. But the last thing Himeno's, like, character did was, like, pull the, like, chain on him and then... And then they had that big fight where they said to stand up, he gets cut in half.
Yeah. He didn't get a W this fight.
I mean, it's a good thing. Kobene was there. Kobene? That's the girl, the crying one. I mean, she saved the day. Well, I guess technically Maki saved the day just by crushing everyone. The only reason why she didn't kill the last two is like she just ran out of prisoners.
Yeah. God, that power is OP, though.
Well, she can't die being shot in the head. So that's OP. Then she can just tear holes in people's bodies. We don't know what power that is. And then she can just kill people from a distance by sacrificing death row.
Like a city away.
Yeah, like forever away.
Yeah.
She just has to know their name, I suppose. But then she also had everybody's name. So it's like...
Well, there were those crows. So
yeah.
It probably had something to do with that.
I don't know what the whole thing with hers is, but it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's cool, though.
I mean, it is if you're not on the receiving end. Also, Denji and Power are just assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we just came to eat all the apples. So Aki's in the hospital. No, we just came to eat all the apples that someone left for you. Here, I'll leave you a apple on there. It's like, what the fuck, guys?
Okay, they're not the only ones, because the other division that's coming to help train them, the dude shows up. He's like, "You need that apple?" And I'm like,
yoink.
Thanks.
I think Himeno's sister, right, showed up and gave all the letters
Mm-hmm.
to Aki. Kind of a downer
Yeah.
of the show. She really loved him.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Listen, besides all this, the best part of this episode was when, what is his name? Kishibe.
Mm.
The dude shows up that's just drunk. I'm constantly drunk. If you can kill me, you'll have a chance. You can definitely beat the gun devil. It's like, listen, he was over there like, he's a human. He's like, no one's ever been able to beat me in combat. It's like, okay, really? They go to attack him, immediately hugs him. They don't attack. He goes to hug them, chokes them out, kills them basically, and they come back, and it's like, oh, he snapped their necks, choked them out, and they're just...
Yeah. He is...
Listen, we're getting the training arc, man.
He is very strong.
He's extremely overpowered on there because they spent the whole day just dying trying to kill him when...
I assume this is that point in, just like in other kind of animes where something goes wrong and then you realize what that group, similar to like Bleach and Soul Reapers and stuff like that, and then Naruto, like the actual full-fledged kind of ninjas, where it's like, no, this is what real devil hunters are like, and that you're gonna see that training arc for them.
I mean, this guy's cool as fuck, just showing up drunk. Dude, the best part is the fucking like Call of Duty moment they had. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Modern Warfare moment.
Have to pay respects.
Well, yeah, there was that. No, I'm talking about the moment where he's like, "That's it for the train day." Denji's like, hey, Denji, one more thing. Throwing knife to the face, kills him down. It's like, oh, that's gotta suck on there, dude.
Just a little bit. I mean, what's a little?
They do
knife to
make
the
a
head?
big point to point out that Power is not like fully invincible, kind of like Denji is.
Yo, you use too much blood, you become anemic.
She's just on the
fucked.
floor. I don't know. I think the show was pretty good this week. You know.
Yeah, the kind of seeing the continuation. It is one of those weird kind of scenarios where we're being put in this new plot line out of nowhere. And like,
What was with the glasses? I love how they had their disguise and they're wearing the glasses, and it's like, you guys are really just the two dumbest fucking people in this entire show.
I don't think it
aren't
was
you?
meant to be the disguise. It's their smart phase.
They're
They both look good in glasses, but they got their
Didn't
ass
they
whooped.
say that too? They're smart. Did
Yeah.
they say something? God,
Something
it's
like
just so
that.
dumb on there, dude.
It was a good effort.
Oh no, we forgot an important part. Aki's making a new contract with the Future Devil.
Yeah,
Which that's
and
what
that
we
that
saw.
was the very end.
Yeah. Because usually there wasn't like post-credit stuff. Also, the endings this week, pretty good. I mean, every ending's good. It's kind of unfair because they're going to compete with everybody next year. Like, who had the best ending theme? It's like, well, here's like 13 different endings for, I almost said Demon Slayer. Jesus Christ, Chainsaw Man. Yeah. Listen, I'm just saying Demon Slayer had a pretty good ending theme.
Which one?
Yes. Wait, you mean for Demon Slayer or you mean for...
No, Chainsaw Man.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Ending number, was it 4 so far? They're really like Death Note-y, kind of like way out there. I mean, all of them are out there, but that one was just like, what is going on with this ending? What?
Oh, I'm assuming you were going to transition.
No, I would never transition. I won't change sexes like some of the people inside. The Eminence and Shadow.
Oh, that wasn't the one.
What? I mean, no one changes. I mean...
I thought you were going to talk about do-it-yourself.
What? No, I thought we said Eminence and Shadow. Then do it
Never
yourself.
mind.
Then it's... Oh, sorry. We were very confused at that
Yes,
one. Then
yeah.
what is going on there? Listen, all I got to say, so now we're talking about Eminence and Shadow. It was like 50% panty shots in at the newest episode.
It got...
What did we watch? 9, 10? It was 9. It was like, here's just...
10, 11.
10, 11?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because we watched that third one because someone couldn't wait.
It was
You
an
just
accident.
had to mess it up. It wasn't an accident. You're bad at reading.
Dude,
Your eye level, listen, we're eye level, right? The
Yeah.
whole camera shot was like below eye level at that point.
yeah, man.
It's like, why did you have to focus on the butt? Like, this is a good show. You don't need fan service. I want to know what happens.
The problem is, I'm assuming based on the manga or the light novel or whatever, this is that chapter where you realize, oh, the manga artist got a little bored and real horny and just wrote some shit that still like tracks. Because, good lord, within the first 5 minutes, you see a lot of close-up shots of tits and ass.
There's literally a scene where they're sitting there with their boobs pumped up, just talking and just shaking of boobs. But then at one point, doesn't Sid or someone talks and they just cover it up?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, look at my hand, or I can't remember what it was.
Well, yeah, there was something like that. And then there was also the random conversation of Sid, like, with Delta, I believe. One of them in a back alleyway. And as she's talking, the tits are just going wild. And it's like, well, calm
down. You know that SpongeBob meme where it's like reading subtitles, watching the anime at the same time? It's like, I got to keep focused, man.
Yeah, it's like, it's not
so
realistic.
I was trying to find out who it is in the list. But Beta,
yes.
Skipping around a little. Beta, when she's selling her books, it's like, there must be someone else from another world, because it was, what, Little Red Riding Hood, but not. It's like, girl with the little red hood. And there's like Alice in Wonder.
Sid told those stories.
Well, no, but then it leads you think like, oh, maybe there is someone else. And Sid's like, oh, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
You went off and took off this. And she's writing like a romance novel between him and her. And that's not even the best part of these episodes. The best part is when he's in the fucking sauna or hot spring with, what's her name?
It's the princess.
The princess, Alexia.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting there. Obviously, they're both naked on there. The most weird way they could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, you're just hiding your tiny sword on there?
The Excalibur.
Yeah, is that your Excalibur? It's like, 'cause it's not unsheathed. Wait one moment. Gets out, unsheathed. And she's like, oh, it's like, what the fuck is going on in this episode?
Yeah.
Also, he's incredibly ripped.
Very much so. And then he did a weird, like, towel ass slap thing. And then she does it too. Apparently, it's expanded upon in the light novel. I think this is what this is based off of, where he goes on this weird tangent where he talks about like, oh, he loves like old traditions, and for whatever reason, like old dudes would do that every time they get out of the hot spring, and that's why he does it. And then she does it, and it's like a little bit of that exposition might have been like
because it's just randomly in there,
real weird and out of place.
I think I might actually just read this story afterwards, because it's a good story, not just specifically of this, but it's like, I want to know what else is going on, because just after that, it's like, you're skipping all this stuff I need to know.
I don't think they're skipping a lot of stuff. I wonder if in that case, it's like, all right, well, for time, because there's a big kind of battle sequence near the end of the episodes, we're just going to cut out this little conversation, but the ass slapping thing is still going to be funny, so let's do that.
Well, the fights that happened this episode, it was like the whole tournament and some bullshit magical
like
city.
a church. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, the church is behind a lot of bad stuff. Who would have guessed? But then they have like that one random like girl show up. They have this big cool fight. I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. I hated that they kept cutting away from it. Like, oh, they're talking. Here's a fight. They're talking. Here's talking. It's like, you can do it, but not too much on there. And the whole reason why he showed up and that thing showed up, and they're like, oh, Sid, you want to compete in the tournament? Cold feet? Shoots like a flare up in there to distract everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh, Shadow showed up and Sid disappeared at the same time. Coincidence?
No, he was there the whole time, he swears.
Well, he put down his burger and his drink.
I went to use the bathroom.
Again, this whole
That's probably going to be
this whole timeline is just confusing the fuck out.
Yeah, well, I can see why he didn't want to go fight as his like side character kind of persona, just because who gets summoned, I guess it's supposed to be random. Turns out it's just the head of the church picking.
I forgot that blonde girl's one that brought him there.
Mm-hmm.
Lexi is the princess they meet in Hot Tub, but like that blonde girl that's in love with him because he took so many hits is like his.
Well, yeah, because he took a sword slash
like 10 times or 12 times.
At one point they're on the train and she's like holding his hand and he's like,
"No, let me out, let me out, let me out."
Just mime holding it.
Well, she keeps
for the
there's just the whole scene. She's like, I'm just sitting here talking. Then she comes up next to him. He's like, I need a little bit of space. But he was in the hospital, which is a whole weird thing. Oh, you're alive. You stayed alive just for me. And he's like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. You healed incredibly fast. Sure did.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, crazy, man. Who would have ever thought of this? I'm just going to stay living in the dorms. Nah, come with me. It's like, fuck. It's weird seeing the cast because I've complained about this before, but I feel like my anime list should kind of update to who's getting more. Oh, no, we completely forgot to talk about the one thing that also really threw us off. Yeah, there was a point where I think Sid had told Gamma, one of the main girls running one of the shops to the school and all the princes and kings, about thongs. And then the princess Alexia is like, I want to. And she's like, oh, come here. I need something, more everyday casual wear with my boyfriend. And then Gamma's like, I understand. Brings out a whole bunch of thongs on him. And of course, the princess, like the main princess, Alexia is the secondary princess. Like, surely there's something that covers a little bit more.
Yeah, Iris.
Yeah, this isn't for your boyfriend, is it? And then obviously Alexia's getting shy. Like, so what if it is? You can't wear this. There's not enough covering. And then they have a weird like sister dynamic of like on the wall, like, oh sister, what are you doing? It's like, hold on.
Runs her finger through the side of the thong and like snaps it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
what is this?
Yeah, I don't know. This episode, that episode specifically was horny on main.
There's a chance there's incest between two
I don't
sisters.
Believe that is.
You would never fail to find the series that has it. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not. I know I'm right. You know why I know I'm right? Because it was in there. Also, it was a really, I don't know, that was that whole episode, right? That's so far that first episode. It's just like ass shots, panty shopping. Then we get a big fight. And it's like, what the fuck is going on with the show?
Yeah, well, the big fight, like all of that ends on the last episode. Because basically they call for him, if I remember correctly. And then it's like, then the next episode is the actual fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like the Witch of Chaos or Calamity or something like that.
Yeah, and he admits, like, everyone thinks he's going to lose. He's like, I wish I could have fought you at full power because she's, like, chained down.
Actually chained.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, kind of sad. At the same time, it's like, she's trying to kill him, so fuck this bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like they should have killed him himself. Speaking of doing it yourself.
That was bad.
What do you mean? It was pretty good on there. That was my fluffs call it. No one will know about. Hey, do it yourself on there. Why did they have to? So at the end of it was episode 9, 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
End of episode 9, they went super high end with like oh, you can do it emotional, all looking towards the light on there. I was like, what is up with the animation budget this episode on here? Just like going full on. And then they hit you with the teacher is just like, oh, back when I started the club, it's like, okay, this is kind of a turn of events they haven't hinted at. Then it's like, yeah, we even built this house. What haven't you done? And we did this, and everyone moved on to that. And it's like, why you got to hit me with these emotions right now?
I mean, yes, it was trying to do those emotions. It's kind of mid. Come on now.
I'm sorry that you're emotionless. I get attached to this show. Everyone that comes
look, it was okay.
What do you mean?
We have Serafu building a little pig like house.
Yeah, like
I also completely forgot that pig's name is Meat, which is just a taunt at that point. It might as well have named him Dinner.
What else do you do when you have a little like dwarf piggy thing?
Don't name it the thing that like it is. Hey, what are you, Meat?
I love anytime there's like financial bad ships. You just see Joko or Joboko. Sorry, I couldn't hear exactly what you're saying. Literally's just pulling out her American Express black card over there, and then like Kokoro is over there pulling out her like, I have my savings. It's like your savings are probably millions of dollars, and like, Joboko's is just like unlimited spending on this black card on there, and obviously the teacher's like, no, you can't do this. It's got to be the own club money. It's like, settle down, ladies. Like,
it's one of those like don't stop me.
Don't stop me. I'll buy whatever. I'll buy this school. You can't stop me.
Yeah.
Then they have to go find wood.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because the initial wood that they gathered accidentally got thrown away.
Yeah.
Because the dates got mixed up. And for whatever reason, the wood that they needed to be stored, they put next to wood stuff that needed to be thrown away.
Yeah, which I kind of don't get why it was there. Also, the teacher just showing up with a random like pickup truck with a whole bunch of just like lumber and stuff.
I mean, that's where she got into the like, I used to be part of the club, and I called all the girls.
It's like, and they gave me just quality lumber on there. Listen, I want to see them be like, oh, look, they gave us this lumber, but it's all like warped. Apparently, they got the best lumber anybody ever had. Oh, girls, if you want to take away my bookshelf, you can have it. It's like, dude, if you do that nowadays, like, if I were to give them this, this shit sucks. It's like the cheapest thing you could find.
Yeah.
It's okay, but I would not build anything
You
out of
would
that.
just use it as the bookshelf.
Yeah, it is no, like, butcher's block wood, and even then, it's like, you should probably get something a little, like, it's good, but it's, meant for chopping on.
Yeah.
It's not meant for, like,
meant for chopping on.
It's a butcher's block. Butch. That's what they say, right? When they cut the
no, that'd be weird. Imagine whatever job that you have to like say a catchphrase while you do it.
Sales. I mean, it works. Miku did come around. She's like listen, she's like, you can take this wood. It's from our bench, blah, blah, blah. It means so much to us. And it's like, oh.
Yeah. They are also...
You're emotionless. Fuck you.
It's one of those like inevitabilities where it's like, hey, go, come down here.
Come on,
And she's like, yay, I'm a part of the group now. And it's like, yeah.
They still only have what? They have Jobiko, they have Takumi.
Well, with her, it'd be
Rei,
the final one.
Yeah, but she goes to a different school. She'd have to switch back schools.
Well, so does Kokoro.
Maybe...
You forget that she's also part of the... Well,
I never counted her. There's only 4 girls currently in the club. Jobiko, I feel like, is going to stay. I feel like Kokoro is going to be like, whatever, I'm going to go to this other school. Or maybe the schools will merge and they'll have a club and they'll be like, ooh.
The schools will merge and do like every other school. Shut down the program.
Rip, hitting a sore spot for you on there. Oh, I don't know how to respond to that on there.
Well, I'm not better.
I'm not the one that made it weird. Was there anything else you wanted to say about Do It Yourself?
I mean, it's a good show. I do enjoy it.
It's definitely a nice watch. Just sit there and watch it because of what's got 7.5.
Yeah.
Numbers aren't everything, but, pretty good representation of it.
Yeah, I just, getting into a little bit of the soppy kind of stuff where it's like, yeah, but the show is meant to be kind of like wholesome and slightly informational. You don't have to make like an emotional.
You can. You need to make like an emotional connection on. How dare you? You don't want to get emotionally attached to a show? He's afraid he's gonna get hurt.
No.
You're afraid you're gonna get hurt. Like I want to eat your pancreas on there.
No.
Are you afraid you're gonna make friends that you might lose in your gang? Speaking of gangs,
Akiba Maid War. The panda is a woman.
The panda has... Hey, they did update the picture of the panda to have a bolt hole in its head.
Nice.
So at least something's getting updated on there. Can we talk about how the lions... Like, I was team, pig, whatever. But Team Lion over there just representing.
Fuck the lions, losers.
I'm in.
Lions...
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Lions always gotta win. It's the order of the pack. You have to rig everything to keep the order.
Listen, it's the whole like maid hierarchy because they're like the farm animals or whatever. The animal gang is the main gang, and they're like, oh, the lion's gonna be number 1 because that's how the food chain works. So like, I still don't get this world where it's like, we know maids are like violent criminals. Let's go to a maid cafe because it's kawaii.
Yeah,
and then let's bring our kids to this big event. All the girls are lined up. They're going to have a race to climb this big, like, thing.
It's a big maid.
It's a big maid statue because the first maid was an honorable maid. And she always cared about her masters and never fell in love. And they go to climb up top, and girls are falling like 30 feet. And it's like, they would have been dead. And they're like, no, I'm going to get back up. And then literally there's a crowd of people like, oh, yeah. And they're beating up each other, physically assaulting each other. And the crowd's like, woo! It's like, there are children in the front row.
one of them is going to grow up to be an excellent maid.
Yo, 90s Japan was wild, apparently. We just have no idea.
Yeah, you do.
Is it weird that Akiba Maid is being updated way more than any other show on my anime list?
I mean, it makes
That
sense.
Lion Girl wasn't there last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
You guys have a weird obsession about this show.
It's a good show. I think it's one of the more interesting ones because, A, it's an original, so they're updating it as newer characters are introduced because this is the first time you've ever seen them.
It's a cool original story because, I mean, gang maids that fight against each other. Listen, also the indebtor, because he's not on here anymore.
Oh, wait, is he not?
No.
No,
So
he's debt collector.
well, I mean, he's not on like the main character sheet.
Well, yeah, I got the
The
extended
Lions lost because the shop manager, forgot to tell them like the order. She's like, oh, I forgot like the way that's supposed to go and how we're supposed to act. And just do whatever you want, girls. And then the girls obviously win when they weren't supposed to win. They were supposed to be dead last. Dude just ends up dead. Like the next scene.
Yeah, that is one of those like weird things where they put so much emphasis on the like, oh, the order has to be preserved. Where it's like, nah, sometimes it's good to have that like underdog story, especially
90s.
when you're faking all of it.
This is
like,
90s Japan. How dare you?
They're already rigging everything, like rig for the underdog to win because it's better than having the same group always be the winner.
They always want the Lions to win. It doesn't matter. We're not going off real story. These are maids shooting up each other, stabbing each other.
Yeah, but if the Lions always
master,
win,
boom,
there's
boom,
like
boom.
no incentive to go see if you already know the outcome.
That's the way the show is. They just want the Lions to win.
Stupid. This is why this bitch is gonna die.
This is why we haven't gotten the 2000 maid cafes where there's a lot less violence and they want to grow profits on there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, to be fair, one maid single-handedly destroyed the other, like the space people.
Yeah.
Also, Ranko, I feel very bad for her. In one episode, they make you feel for her because this dude shows up. Yo, that dude's really into Ranko.
Suhiro?
Yeah, whatever his name is. Sekiro. Whatever.
Suhiro?
Likes her, wants to basically marry her, has bought a ring. And
Well, you don't find that out till the very end, and it's like, nah, man, that dude deserved it.
well, the thing is, they make you feel like, oh, she's finally going to be happy. She looks like she's going to be happy. Gets kissed. It's like, oh, her time's kind of paying off. And then you find out the panda is the reason why Ranko is a violent person. Because, like, the panda girl shot Ranko's boss.
The
piece.
opening scene in the entire anime of the maid screaming and shooting the kind of like head maid. That is
Panda
her.
Girl. And she ran out, like, then the dude that is interested in Ranko was hired to kill her after she killed that person, so there's no tie back. She was just disposable. Fails. She runs, hides in a panda outfit, ends up
hiding for like a decade, right?
Yeah, for like 10, 15 years. She was just waiting, in like 10 years. Then the manager picks her up, brings her to shop. She's just hanging out, sees Ranko, and then the whole story is just like, oh man, this has come like full circle at this point.
Yeah.
Then she goes to kill like him. Ranko stops her, and you think that she shoots her, but she doesn't shoot her. And
yeah, it's like shoots the head after it got kicked off.
Yeah, it's well then I guess Panda goes and kills him.
Rightfully so. Like,
yeah,
the dude's a bad person.
No, not necessarily
He's a
on there.
murderer.
Well, I mean, everyone's killing
Ranko's
each
a
other
murderer too. But
well, I mean, listen, everyone's a murderer.
Yeah, but he's like the dirty kind of murderer. He's doing it for money.
They're all doing it for money. What's your point?
Well, I mean, in his case, it's like way more personal.
Listen, I don't care how bad he is. Ranko had a chance to be happy. She waited at that bus stop. He never showed it. Now she's emotionally destroyed. Again, for a second time.
Well, it's fine.
She's loved twice in her life, and both times have been destroyed, Justice. You know what that leaves? It leaves nothing minus you and her.
Wow.
You like the little transition on there?
Monster. The
fuck you was good.
You do find out that the person that ordered the murder of the original head boss that we see at the very beginning of the show was the current Creature Land boss.
Yeah, Nagi.
And that's Renko's
now,
like friend, which you also see in that scene. She's the one in the back. Renko was in the
because the
front.
thing is,
So
Nagi
all three of them
and
were there.
Renko were both like part of the faction of like no violence and ending the violence, where obviously Nagi's just an inside person.
Mm-hmm.
So I guarantee what's going to happen is Nagi and Renko are going to fight. They're almost going to die. Nagomi's going to get killed, is my guess. And then then my guess is Renko's going to want to kill Nagi, say, no, she wouldn't want this, throws away her gun, and the manager comes up and shoots her.
No.
That's where exactly I could see the show going.
No. I think it's Nagomi being the one that, like, kills.
Nah.
Yeah.
She would never.
She's pure-hearted, but Renko going to die, and Nagomi's going to be the murderer. Or, like, not murder her,
hear me out.
but...
What if
murder
Nagomi's
her.
about to murder her, and Panda comes in, pow! It's just been revoked.
What the fuck?
Hey, listen, I got my Lethal Weapon 2 quote in. What do you want?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to put a Lethal Weapon 2 quote
I know, that's fine. No one expects a Lethal Weapon 2 quote. I don't know. Maybe the panda will. The panda's going to take a hit for Nagomi, and as she's dying, she's like, throwing knife to face.
For Renko. It has to be for her, because she murdered her boss.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of these girls could probably, like, listen, if anybody can die, Yumichi and Shippon, they can all die. Manager can die. I'm just sick and tired of the manager. Literally went fishing, was hallucinating that Nagomi came out of the water, and it's like, oh, they're in trouble. I gotta go.
She's gonna die. She didn't die.
That could be foreshadowing, though.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, Nagomi's constantly been the one that they're just kind of sacrificed.
If the manager dies, I'm fine with it. She provides nothing of value. Not even comedic.
I mean, kind of.
It's so bad it's good levels.
I mean, yeah, I got nothing.
It's just that the manager like really sucks. She's a garbage human being.
I mean, if you worked in a gang like that, would you really care?
I'd try to make sure I didn't get fucking murdered. This woman has the weirdest like kind of attitude for someone who could definitely die at any point.
I was trying to look through like her voice acting career to see if there's any like redeeming thing. I'm like, oh, maybe she played this person. No, she literally plays every character that I hate in like every single show that I've seen her in so far. So I guess she really.
Wow.
Listen, I guess maybe she can die for real.
Wow. Wait a minute.
Did we talk about the Quince movie at all?
No.
Do we want to talk about the Quince movie?
I mean, we can.
I mean, 30 minutes in, give it like a 7-minute kind of recap on there.
Recap. It was good.
It was a solid. I think it was a solid 7 out of 10. Listen, there was a scene because I haven't read ahead, and Justus wouldn't let me read ahead as well. We find out that Yotsuba wins in the very, very end on there.
Spoilers.
Listen, even if I already kind of knew ahead of time that she won.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, everyone was posting, like, oh, Yotsuba's the winner, blah, blah, blah. It's like, who fucking cares? The way they focused on her so much in that movie, it made sense that she was going to win. There was no way she wasn't going to win on there, dude.
I mean, they didn't focus on her that much. No? Because they literally take the time to have...
No, they go through every single girl, but most of the movie at the very, very beginning was focusing so much more on Yotsuba and her, like, personal life and backstory before they even started doing the background stories and everything, like the individual character things. They did kind of throw you for a loop where they're like, here's this childhood friend when he was a gangster.
I mean, no, that's been a reoccurring thing even since the very season
Yeah, but
one.
it just kind of threw you off when they're in the middle of all the girls, and it's like, here's this reintroduced character, and then pedophile dad showing up.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they're like, real dad shows up at one point. Tell us apart. Oh, you're obviously Miku. No, I'm not. I don't remember who it was under there.
Yeah.
It's like...
I think it was... No, not Ichika. The one with the stars. I don't have the list all the way up.
No, it's like our real dad would be able to tell us apart. And I think their real dad...
But it was really Miku.
Yeah, but their real dad was able to... Like, their adoptive dad was able to tell apart. I didn't know that their adoptive dad was actually a guy that was a student of their mom. Mm-hmm. I was like, this dude's got some weird fucking fetish shit going on here.
Yeah.
Because he's a doctor. Because initially I was like, what was in it for him to take care of 5 random girls? Like, oh, he loved his teacher. He took care of them. He didn't want to see her get hurt as a teen. I don't. It was a weird turn of events going on all at once, a flood of emotions.
Yeah, there's this.
Also threw me off because people kept leaving halfway through the movie.
There were only 2. It was a group.
There was a group of 2. Then there was a single guy.
Oh. Well, they're idiots. Like, the movie was good.
He saw Yotsuba. He's like, fuck this shit. I'm out. He didn't say that, but...
Yeah. I thought the movie was really good. There are always things that don't ever get fully explained. And they did a good job making a story cohesive enough when it's already confusing being written down in manga form. Being the festival where you go through all 5 girls' lives.
Yeah, that was a bit confusing because I haven't actually read it on there. So at first I was like, oh, I thought they were different scenarios. This is why he could have picked this person, but it was like, no, they all happen. I'm like, damn, our boy's over there just getting some, dude.
I mean, 5 women love them and they're all sisters.
Justus just accidentally picked the show where it's the harem on there.
Well, no. Because I think that's even one of the nice things.
Listen, I've said it once. I'll say it again. Miku's still the best girl. Fight me.
No.
I'll kill you.
I think one of the nice things about this show is it was never really a harem. I wouldn't consider this a harem because yes, there are 5 chicks that like him, but it's not until the end that he likes any of them back, especially one of them back. And the rest of them kind of resign themselves to the fact that they don't win. And then they pull one fuck you right at the end. But that's just sisters being sisters thing. I totally know family that would 100% do that.
It's kind of that thing at the very end where it's like, oh, it's kind of sad he finally picked. He's like, I picked you, Yotsuba. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Blah, blah, blah. Then they do the whole marriage thing and 2 of them got a cake shop. One of them's a movie star. One of them's being a teacher. I'm going so adorable. And then, obviously they're like, I'm still coming after you. It's like, yo, dude's got options. He can have Yotsuba on Mondays. He can have Miku on Tuesdays. He can have each get. Also, listen, I was just looking through real quick because I never saw what the voice actors look like. Mm-hmm. So their adoptive dad. Do you know what that voice actor looks like?
Yeah. So he's an older dude, right?
He's an older dude. He just looks like he screams biker gang, Mexico City kind of vibes on there. What the tracks what his character kind of is on there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember looking at that going, cool.
I mean, it just kind of threw me off because isn't he also the voice of
He's the voice of a couple people.
I mean, yeah, he's done a lot of people. I guess we don't have time to look too much into it on there.
I think is he One for All? Or
no,
All for One?
No, Sorry. You were thinking Overhaul because he kind of has a similar voice for. I don't think his. I'll have to look on there, but I don't know. I like the movie. I think it was good. I think people should watch it, even though it's not really running in theaters anymore.
It did get extended for a little while.
Yeah.
It was an extra week, so it might still be in theaters.
Maybe. I mean, when I watch it again, probably not on there. Not right now. I mean, it's good, but it's now that you know the ending, it's oh, I'm not going to go pay to go see it again.
Are you going to buy it?
Well, the thing I hate is I hate buying a season 1, then a season 2, then there's a big collector's edition at the end. I just want the collector's edition, man. Full Metal is different because it's a lot of episodes. It's 26 episodes per season, so they have to do one big one, then another big one. Mm-hmm. But if it's 12 movie, I would just prefer a big box set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's totally fair. Also, the dude that does the dad, I'm looking over some of his credits. The guy's been voice acting so long, he has credits for Blood Plus.
Oh, damn. Sorry, I guess we'll...
And Monster.
I will end it here soon. They're... Oh, sorry, I forgot the... So, Yusugi's dad? Futaro? I just looked up his dad. Apparently, he plays Ainz in Overlord.
Oh,
we won't get too into it on there, but it was kind of cool at the very, very end because they also have like the dad to dad moment, like, oh, they'll be fine, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
he's like,
you never fully realize what their relationship is because they both know each other. No,
they're gay lovers.
Wow.
Why do you think both moms just magically died?
That's
around the same time.
That's fucked. One of them had cancer. How dare you?
That's what you think.
Well,
He was a
they both
doctor.
had cancer.
He couldn't cure it, Justus. It was an inside job to be lovers. It was kind of cool seeing Futuro's sister, like in like high school, kind of whatever, showing up to the wedding. They did do that kind of last minute thing. It's like, we're gonna play the Quince game one last time, because I was like, they almost got me at one point when he wakes up. He's like, oh, it's a dream. I was like, you son of a bitch. Don't you fucking do this to me. Don't you do this to me.
It's like that in the manga, too. When he wakes up, that's the end of a chapter. And everyone had to wait a week. And
That's
it
such
was
a
like,
dirty thing. Like,
out of a bitch.
can you imagine if they actually...
At least if I remember correctly, that's like that. Because I was reading weekly
I was sitting
when
there
it aired.
I don't know if you saw me. I looked over. He was like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? It's like, oh, okay. It's like, then they go back. It's like, okay, it wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream.
Yeah.
Or was it a dream? And how questioning life.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool them playing the Quince game again. And like, he points out nice things about each of them. Like, oh, you care. You're the big sister. You're blah, blah, blah. I was like, God damn it, why could be so fucking nice? Fuck you.
Want to know the easiest way to tell them apart?
What?
They all have different voices.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Anyone can tell them apart. It's easy. Just say hello.
Well, it was kind of cool because there were a few points in the show where they show like what everyone else's perspective of them is. Like, because when you watch the actual anime, it's like they're all different.
Yeah, they're meant to look like distinguishable.
Yeah. Also, Yotsuba giving up her little hair tie of like growing up. Oh. 100%. Listen, I know we're keep going, but 100%. I thought Yusugi, when he was doing the swing thing and he fell off, like, oh, did you just go off the cliff? Did you fly far enough to like die?
Murdered.
Well, they start going out first date. He's like, marry me. And it's like, damn, that's kind of sudden. But to be fair, even like kind of going out for like a couple of years.
Yeah. Look, the guy doesn't do anything half-assed. You got to give him that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the answer was, ask me again in 4 years.
Yeah, like, hold the phone. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was nice.
That's about it.
Now we get to watch Kaguya-sama Love is War finally end.
Not yet. We'll get like 2 seasons.
Is it 2 more seasons worth?
There's also a movie
that was just
or
a season
something.
in a movie.
I don't remember.
Listen, there's so much good anime coming out that it's a nice time to be an anime fan.
Blue Exorcist is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Fuck you. I've been waiting for this. Not as, not like 10 years like you were, because I wasn't a super diehard Bleach fan, but...
I did my time, goddammit.
I did my time. 10 years of waiting, motherfucker.
God, that's almost a direct quote from Harry Potter.
Yeah, but it was 13 years. And he doesn't say motherfucker because they don't say fucking Harry Potter.
Oh, is it 13 years?
13 years I did in Azkaban.
Well, that definitely wasn't it.
Wasn't it?
No.
Or 13 years of waiting? I don't
13
know what it was.
years of it. I did my waiting.
No, because then they have the rat in that movie too. Hey, let's just end it here. Hit the button.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, bye.